Hello guys, so today we'll talk about how to square numbers easily in less than 5 seconds. So first we'll talk about the numbers which end with 5. Okay, so first let's understand how can we square them easily in less than uh, numbers ending with 5 you can square in less than 3 seconds. So let's see. Firstly, what is 5 square? You all know that 25. What is, let's say, 15 square? You know 225. Okay, what is 25 squares? Some of you may have learned it. It's 625. What is the most common pattern you are finding in all these squares? Let's see another number. What is 35 square? It is 1225. I have not done this. I just calculated this in front of you. I'll tell you the pattern. You can actually check that 35 square is 1225. I just calculated in front of you. Likewise, I'll calculate 45 square. It is 2025. It is correct, guaranteed correct. So I'll tell you how to square these. I did it in less than 3 seconds. You can also do it. Okay, so let's start. The most common pattern you're finding in all of these squares is very simple. You see there's a repetition of 25, 25, 25. So when you square any number ending with 5, you will get 25 as the last two digits. So the unit digits and tens digits will be 5 and 2 respectively. So every number ending with 5 when squared will end with 25, and that is for sure. So this is the pattern which you have to see. Now what about the rest of the digits? So let's, whenever you are squaring a number ending with 5, look at the numbers other than 5. Okay, so let's see, we have to square 55. I'm doing, you can do this with me. I'll tell you how to do it. For example, you are squaring 55. Now separate this 5 cause, okay, separate this 5 and write 25 in end. Okay, because you know that the number which is ending with 5 when squared will end with 25. So write 25 in the end, that's so sure. Then ignore the ones digit. See the rest of the digits. So this is 5. Now multiply it by its successive number. That is the number that comes after that digit. Like I have 5 here, so I multiply it with 6. So 6 5s are becomes 30, and I write that 30 here. It becomes 3025. You can check it. 55 squared is 3025. Likewise, if you are not clear, I have another example for you. Like let's take 65 squared. Let's take 65 squared. Write 25 in the end, that's for sure. Ignore the 5, ignore the units digit, that is 5. Okay, now see this digit, the rest of the digits. See rest of the digits. Okay, so we have 6. So what is the number that comes after 6? 7. Obviously, you know that. Okay, we know 6 sevens is 42. So we write 42 here. It's 4225. So 65 square becomes 4225. Likewise, when you become good with multiplication, you can even calculate numbers like 115 squared. What is 115 squared? That is 111 squared. As I told you, write 25 in the end, that's for sure. Ignore the 5 here. See the rest of the digits, that is 11. So what comes after 11? Comes 12. Now squaring with 11 is very easy, I'll tell you that. Okay, multiplying with 11, sorry, multiplying with 11 is very easy. You just write 2 here, 1 here, add both digits. Okay, so it's 13225. So 115 squared becomes 13,225. Okay, I'll tell you how to how to multiply with 11 easily now. These all will help you in square. Okay, so multiplying with 11. How to multiply easily with 11? Let's say we have to multiply 13 into 11. So what you have to do is write 1 here and 3 here. Okay, leave some space between this number. Okay, the number you are multiplying with 11, write it with a space in between. Okay, now add these two numbers and write it in between. So 13 into 11 becomes 143. So what happens when we multiply bigger numbers with 11, such as 99? You will face a little problem. Okay, you write 9 here, as I told you. 9 here, you write both the numbers and add both the numbers. You get as 18. But there is a carryover. There is 1. So you cannot write, this will become wrong. You cannot write 18 in between. So what you do is write the unit digits, that 9 plus 9, 18, unit digit is 8, you write 8 and take the tens digit carry forward to this one. Okay, so 1 is carry forward, this becomes nothing but 10. You can check it. Likewise, you can easily do 88 into 11. Okay, so it becomes 8 here, 8 here, 8 plus 8 is 16, you write 16 here, erase this, you write 9. So it's 968. Now this was multiplying with 11. These all methods will help you square. Now how to square any number? I repeat, any number. There are two simple ways. One is you have studied in, I think so, your elementary schooling about this identity. And these two identities. Now this is still a pretty long method. You can use this, like you can these two methods to square any number. Like you have got 55 whole square. This ends with 5. You know you can square it way more easily than these methods. But you can apply this method. You can write it as 50 plus 5 whole square and then apply this identity. You will get the same. That is 3025. So you can calculate these squares in your mind when you become fluent with these methods. But there is even more simpler way to calculate the squares of different numbers. So let me tell you about how to square any number way more easily. So, okay, I have to square, let's say 77. I just don't know what the value will be. But what I do is bring this to nearest 0. That is, I add something to it here and with the same difference, I subtract it. That is, I will bring it to the nearest 10th position. If this is 77, its nearest 10th position is 80. I can do it with 70, I can bring it to 70 also, but I'll bring it to 80 because the difference would be 3. You know why I am taking a less difference, a small difference. See, for this method, you should remember all the squares from 1 to 9. That is 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64 and 9 square 81. Okay, so let's see how much differences. I add 3 here and make it 80. With the same number, I subtract it. What does it become? 74. Now, multiplying 80 with 74 is way more easily because, see this. You can write 0, of course. Then you can 74 into 8. You can do it with mind when you are fluent with your multiplication. You can do it within your mind. It says, I'll do it with you. 8 fours are 32. Where 3 goes carry forward. Okay, 7 eights are 56 plus 3, 59. 5920. Now, what you have to do, this is not the square of 77. What you have to do is add the square of the difference you have taken. The square of the difference. This is why you should learn all the squares from 1 to 9. Like this is 3. So I add plus 3 square is 9. So this becomes 5929. So this calculation basically helps you calculate any number. The square of any number. Any number. I repeat, any number. It helps you square any number. In this way. Same way, I'll show you 2 more ways you can find. Okay. So let's say 36. 36 becomes a small. Let's find the squares of bigger number. Let's say 99 whole squared. Oh, that's way too much of calculation. If we go by 99 into 99, what you do is you add 1, you subtract 1, this becomes 100. Now multiplying with 100 is the easiest thing you can do in this world for squaring something. And subtract it, it becomes 98. Simple. 98 into 100 becomes 9800 plus the square of the difference, that is 1. So you add this, becomes 9801. Easiest calculation possible ever. See, I calculate this because I'm speaking to you, it takes more time, but if you become fluent with this, you can calculate the square of any number under 5 seconds. And that's my surety. But for that, your multiplication needs to be good. So practice multiplication every day. About half an hour, take multiplication exercises. It will make your brain work. So these techniques help you in your exams, help you in competitive exams to save more time. Okay. Now, yes. Now, how can we multiply any number with 37? Now, this is just an example. I'm just giving you a technique how to multiply any number with 37. Like x into 37. How will you get the answer? How will you get the answer? Okay. Now, the simple thing you have to know is when 37 is multiplied by 3, the answer is 111. Okay. So, 37 into 3 gives us 111. Now, when 37 is multiplied with any number, we can break it as, like if there is 28, we can break it with a multiple of 3 plus something. Like you may not understand this. Let's take it by an example. How will this thing help you? Let me tell you. Let me write it above. How will this 37 into 3 help you? 37 into 3 is 111. We know we have to multiply 37 with 28. How will you multiply 37 with 28? Okay. No, not the traditional calculation system. No. What you do is break this 28 into a multiple of 3 plus something or minus something. Like 28 is near to 27, which is a multiple of 3. Okay, so I can write it as 3. Oh, wait. 27 plus 1. I can write it. Okay, now I can write it as 37 into 27 plus 37. I just open the brackets. Okay, now 37 into 27 can be written as 37 into 3 into 9. Okay, plus 3. We know that 37 into 3 is 111. So the calculation becomes way more easy now. It becomes 111 into 9 plus 37. It becomes 999 plus 37, which brings us to 1036. It's for sure correct. So do not ever doubt this method. I hope you're clear with this. For more such techniques on saving your time, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and share with your friends so that you help everyone.